What's going on YouTube? It's Austin Holloman back with another video. And this is a long, it took me 8-9 weeks to come out with this video. Y'all know when I was in Thailand, I interviewed everybody, as many people as I could actually. I've been here with Fred for almost 9 weeks and we just now doing this interview. Y'all been seeing clips of him. I don't know, I guess it's because I live out here now, that's why it took so long, but we're here now. We're gonna figure out his perspective on Brazil and why he lives here and what brought him here and what he thinks about other men that should come here. So if you'd introduce yourself.
What's up, guys? Vibing with Fred. You already know what it is. I don't really need too much introduction, but let's get into it.
So how old are you?
31.
31. You're from where?
From Dallas, Texas.
All right. And what brought you out here to Salvador by here? Because I believe this is your first trip to Brazil, right?
Yeah. So when it was always my dream to come to Brazil since I was like 17, 18, and it was initially going to be out of Rio and Sao Paulo, and I didn't want to do Rio for the simple fact that that's where a lot of people go. It's like the Vegas or the Miami of Brazil. So I wanted a more cultural feel outside of the tourist attraction, and Sao Paulo is more business oriented. It's more like New York. A lot of people there go to work, but they do have a great nightlife. But I like being around the beach culture. So it was like, I really don't want to go to Rio, so let me look out and see where other places are. And that's when I came across Salvador, came to Salvador. First day, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be here. I ain't going nowhere else. And then I stayed here, and the more you stay in Salvador, it just pulls and pulls and pulls, and then it's hard to go other places. So, oh shit.
Yeah.
Even the spiders left me out here. Nah, but Salvador is one of them places, and you ask a lot of people that live here, and they'll tell you that Salvador chooses you, you don't choose Salvador. And you'll hear people that live here, from here, that'll tell you the same thing.
And that's even people that don't have a lot.
Right.
Because a lot of things that people say is, oh, well, and I don't know why Brazilian people or some Americans say this in my comments, oh, well, Brazil's only great because y'all got money. That's anywhere in the world, but it doesn't matter. You know, I'm an American. I'm never gonna be Brazilian because I was never born here. I might get citizenship, but that doesn't make me Brazilian. So no matter what, my viewers are not Brazilian, most of them, that want to come here. So they're gonna enjoy it the same way I would because they have the same benefits of being an American. Even if they're from England, I believe they have similar benefits. So what would you say is the biggest difference between dealing with women in Salvador or Brazil in general as opposed to being in Texas?
Shit, the games, bro. Like, I know when I take a chick out on a date, I don't have to worry about what's coming next. I know she's gonna embrace me as soon as she sees me. She's gonna hold my hand, she's gonna give me a kiss. I can't remember the last time I went on a date in the States where a chick just hugged me when we first met, because they feel like, oh, that's too weird, I don't want you to get too close. You know, I didn't use my chakras today, or whatever the hell it is. Like, I didn't sage properly.
Yeah, they're in the spiritual stage.
Yeah, so they're on that Erykah Badu. But I mean, really, I think the biggest difference is the consistency and the feminine energy. You do have women here in Brazil who on that independent, but it's not to a mass majority like it is in the U.S. That was one of the first things that I noticed that I like the most is that in the States, women flake on men more than men flake on women. And it's the opposite way around in Brazil. Like, you can overbook yourself. I done said this in videos before. You can overbook yourself, and then it comes out to you flaking on more people than women flaking on you. Which is, I mean, for a single guy, that's a good problem to have, you know?
Yeah.
So I would say that, and the amount of natural women, as far as don't need makeup, don't need fake hair, don't need fake nails, that naturally have all these qualities, physical qualities that men look for, they have it naturally. And then, like, say they do use fake hair or nails, whatever, when they take it off, when they take the makeup off, you're like, damn, you look better without that, then you don't need that enhancement. And that's the difference between women in the States. They take that shit off. It should be damn near identity theft.
It's a downgrade. When they hop in the pool over here, they look better.
Yeah.
They look better when they come up out the pool. I love it here.
Yeah. So I feel like it's more the personality they have that's killing the women in the States, and the natural beauty, the physical attraction, of course.
And so I heard him say that he he knows where it's going. And I can agree that every time I've been in Brazil, I think I've been on maybe 1 or 2 dates out of the 40 or 50 I've been on in the past 10 weeks of being in Brazil, or 11 weeks of being in Brazil since 2022. I've only had 1 or 2 dates where they didn't go back home. I've only had 1 or 2 dates, maybe 3, where they didn't kiss you upon meeting you or hold your hand, or they show you ultimate affection right off the jump. And if they don't do it, you can pretty much guarantee if you kick them to the curb, you're not missing out on it.
And let me say this, because I know we got some people that's gonna watch this like, oh, so y'all just taking girls out just to smash. No, but let's keep it 100, bro. Like when you go out with a chick, and we said this, Kevin Samuel said this, many people have said this, men only take women out who are they sexually interested in. Mm-hmm. So at the end of the day, it's an even exchange, right? You cooperating with me, we go out, the vibe is good, everything's great. Hey, you're gonna go back home, it's not like frowned upon. Having a conversation about sex the very first day you meet somebody is not a weird occurrence in Brazil. Like that's something she will block you, delete you, and probably call the cops on you in the States if y'all have a conversation about sex on the first date.
Yeah, she'll make you feel very weird about it.
Yeah, she'll make you feel very weird and insecure about having a topic of sex. Like that should be something that's discussed day one. I need to know where this is, what your preference is, what all the type of shit is before we even move forward.
Now, I will say this too, just like how he said, Kevin Samuel said that men in the States take women out that they're sexually interested in. And in the United States, women go on dates pretty much with whoever the hell they want and milk your ass dry for a free meal 7, 8, 9 times. But here in Brazil, I can tell that the women here, most of them, like 99% of them, don't feel right going on dates with men that they're not interested in. That's the good thing about Brazil is they have clarity. And that the women, most of the time you're not going to get their number, you're not going to get too much attention from them if they're not interested.
Right.
But they go on dates that they're sexually interested in.
Right.
They don't go on. I've had one chick and she was just like, yeah, I need to get to know you a little better. And if you hear that in Brazil, you can pretty much kick her to the curb. That's not. They don't do that here. They don't do that with the Brazilian guys.
It's not a normal thing here.
Yeah, they need to be treating you the same way they treat the men that's from here as well. So what would you say is one negative about being in Brazil?
Not having Chick-fil-A? Nah, I would say a negative for me would be, damn.
It's hard.
It's hard, it really is hard. Not having enough time in the day. Cause I mean, I made a short about this. If you wake up too late, and I'm being dead ass. I can't think of really many negatives, but having enough time in the day to do everything, waking up early. I feel like you gotta damn near wake up at 3 a.m. just to have a successful full day to like catch up on whether it be clients and trading or whatever you're doing, going to the beach and having time to do everything in a day. You gotta wake up early. So I feel like that's one of my negatives, and I can't really think of something like that. So I can throw out many negatives right off the top, talking about the States, but it's just hard to think of negatives like in Brazil. And I know that might be cliche to a lot of y'all. He's just trying. Like it's really. I've been at my most peace living in Brazil, bro. Yeah. At my most peace. Like I was just thinking about this the other day. I was just like, I can't remember really the last time I truly stressed and worried about something that was worth stressing about, you know? Yeah. It's like, it's just a peace of mind being here. So It's not too many negatives that I can think of other than, damn, bro, like I overbooked with this person, or I pissed them off because now I can't hang out with them, or damn, I was supposed to go do this. It's just the timing, having enough time in the day.
But I'll say this, first of all, the sun rises here at 5 a.m. So like you said, to get up at 3, because in the States I like to get up before the sun rose, and I mean, you got to get up early, but then the parties are going until the sun rises. Mm-hmm. So it's you have to have hella discipline. Like I had to have hella discipline to do this interview, because right now I'd be just now halfway done my workout. Exactly. And we would be trying to do this interview later, and then the sun would be getting ready to go down. I
woke up at 10 o'clock today, or 9:30. That's late.
Yeah.
That's hella late. And I mean that in the sense of I don't have anything to do. I have no obligations, right? And that's still too late to wake up that late. And he hit me up like, let's do this interview. I'm like, all right, bet. And 10 o'clock is too late to really wake up and get your day started.
So what is your preference of women out here in Brazil? Do you have the same preference in Brazil as you had in the States?
Yeah, so I mean, let's be honest, I'm a guy. I like all women and all colors, but I prefer black women, and which is the same in the States. I like natural beauty, you know, and I like women who don't speak English. So that would be my preference. And when I meet Brazilians who speak English, I walk away. I give them the benefit of the doubt because I'm like, okay, it's a sigh of relief. They can speak a little English. But I know in the back of my mind, every Brazilian that I meet that speak English is feminist, or they have this whole toxic ass mindset because, like you say, English is toxic.
Yeah. Any
country that you know that speak English, damn near got some toxic shit behind it. It's a cancer. So when I meet Brazilians who speak English, no offense, but I'm not interested. And the more English they know, is the less interest I have, and it's pretty much just gonna be friendship type shit. And it never works out. Every Brazilian that I met that spoke English, it didn't last a week or two.
They can digest too much propaganda.
Yeah.
Too much propaganda.
And I say that because the Brazilians here that I met in my personal experience, and I'm speaking for everybody, but the Brazilians that I met who spoke English felt that they were on a different level more than everybody else. Like they try to pretend to be American. And you'll meet that a lot. You'll meet a lot of Brazilians who tend to be American. They'll try to fake it. And it's just weird shit. So I just stay away from it.
Yeah, the chicks that don't speak English, that only speak Portuguese, and may speak Portuguese in another language but not English, sweetest women you'll meet. They're very quiet, very feminine, very shy. The ones that speak English, very bold, not very masculine.
Very independent.
Very independent. They're not masculine like American women, but they get in there.
Yeah,
you know,
they definitely remind me of American women, the ones that speak English here, with some of the shit that they say, their behaviors. But going back to my preference, I prefer melanin, all different shades, from the lightest to the darkest, and natural everything. You know what I'm saying? If you want to enhance some shit, like with the nails and all that, that's cool, but it's not my preference. Natural curly afros, curly hair in general, you know, that's just my preference. Qualities that she has, she cooks, she cleans. I don't need her to do those things, but it's such a sigh of relief when she automatically does them without even anything being said. And
she's willing.
Right, and she's willing to do it. And this is the first or second time you meet her, she comes over and she at your house and she cleaning up. Like, when was the last time that happened when you went on a date with a chick in the States, right? Y'all go have brunch, and then you're like, hey, I gotta run back home to check on my dog or something. She in there folding up clothes and making your bed and washing the dishes and sweeping the floor. When the last time that happened, bro?
Yeah.
Ever? Never, bro.
So it was rare.
Yeah, and yeah, that's a unicorn. So it's things like that I cherish in women here. Yeah. And the thing about it is, you run into those women more times than not. Here, there's so many of them.
Yeah, I would say like 95% of the time you can run into women like that. Very few, 5 to 1% of the time you gonna run into women that are like American women. Especially in Salvador. In Rio, it may be more. I haven't lived in Rio. I've been in Rio 3 weeks total. 4 weeks total. But I've been here almost 9 weeks, so I can tell you a better projection on this city as opposed to Rio. But Rio has more tourists, and there's more people that speak English in Rio as opposed to Salvador. Salvador is an intermediate city. So what do you have to, being that I just said that Salvador is an intermediate city, what do you have to say to those dudes that are still choosing to come to Salvador for their first city as opposed to Sao Paulo, Rio, which is friendlier for tourists?
I look at it like this way. Do you want to get in the gym and work on free throws, or do you just want to jump in the NBA game? It's literally like that. If you've never swung a bat, why the hell are you trying to try out for the MLB?
Yeah,
you feel me?
exactly.
Like, you've never learned to walk, so why are you trying to ride a bike? So people coming to Brazil for the very first time and they jumping straight into places that you need Portuguese, bro. Like, you need it. I'm not gonna say you don't need it in Rio and Sao Paulo, but you have more people, you have more Americans, way more Americans in Rio and Sao Paulo than you have in Salvador. And you have, and when we say gringos, it's, bro, you got Europeans, you got African, you got all different types of different gringos, foreigners that live in Brazil that speak English. So there's way more foreigners that travel way more than Americans to Brazil, right? So there's a lot more people who speak English in those places. There's not that many here in Salvador. So that's why we say Rio and Sao Paulo would be your best options. And then at the same time, Sao Paulo is the largest city in Brazil. which means those people have way more money, they have way better opportunities, way better schooling, they have way more access. Every person I've met from Sao Paulo speaks English. Not one that I met that don't speak English, or they can carry a basic conversation, same way I can carry a basic conversation in Portuguese. So that would be the first step to come into Brazil, get your feet wet, and then move around. But for the people that just jump straight into Salvador, they go home sad. Unfortunately.
We've seen a lot of them go home sad.
But we tell them, like, yo, go to them places first. And I feel like a lot of people come here because they want to meet us and they see us having fun out here, you know, but still there's steps in this process to this shit. Like, it's not just A to B to C, right? You gotta, it's a process, you know? And if you can't just stay 2 weeks or 3 weeks in Rio and then come out here and do some time, then stack your money up more to where you can do some time there and then move around, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because there was a guy in my group the other day who said, I'm coming to Brazil for 10 days. Not enough time, bro.
Yeah.
Because 2 days is gonna be worth traveling. So you really got a week? Mm-hmm. It's not enough time to really, it's gonna take a few days just to find some fun, right?
Yeah.
If you don't know anything.
Yeah.
If you come into Salvador, you know what I'm saying? And don't rely on me to show y'all around unless you're paying me for my services. Or Austin.
Yeah.
Because a lot of y'all, I'm just gonna keep it 100, a lot of people are not willing to stick around and hang out with, bro. There's been a few people we met who was cool, like, all right, bro, I kick it with you. But there's a lot of dudes that just do behavior shit that's just like, I'm glad that I was not there.
Yeah.
That situation you told me
Yeah.
about. Like, it's just some people just don't know how to behave right. And I just can't be associated with it. Call me what you want, but it is what it is.
And I'm gonna touch on that. I'm gonna touch on another topic. So, dudes that have behavioral issues, and that may have been your problem in the States, don't think just because you come down here that shit
It's
changes.
gonna just disappear, no.
If you was childish in the States and you was running all the women off with that, you for sure gonna run to Brazil. Like, I think you'll run them off worse down here.
I don't think people really truly understand. Bro, I think because people think they're American, they just gonna get a pass.
No.
You already behind the 8 ball because you're a foreigner. And you don't even speak the language, because most of y'all that come here don't speak Portuguese. So you don't speak the language, and you doing weird behavior shit, you out of there. You out of there before you even get in there. I can tell the way you walking up. You might as well go ahead and turn back around, buddy.
Yeah.
That type of shit. Like, nah, they can see it from a mile away, bro. They can spot a gringo out easily. And if they see you behaving a certain way from a distance, you might as well not even waste them steps.
So get your self-improvement together, study the culture from online, watch all of our videos, because we tell you about all this stuff. We tell y'all, study the videos. Don't watch one video and then book a plane ticket. Watch 50 of them on each channel, then book a plane ticket. Because that's what I did when I was watching content creators. Now,
I have a lot of videos telling you guys, like months back. I need to probably refresh them. Mm-hmm. But there's a lot of videos where I'm talking about, we just sit down, face-to-face, man-to-man, talking about physical attraction, getting your money right, finding different things to do, find a skill, what not to do in Brazil when you come. Watch out for this, do this. But I feel like a lot of people have forgot about those videos. So yeah, like you said, go back and watch videos, bro. Like, a lot of people want to move here. Treat our YouTube videos like studying, you know what I'm saying? Like a playbook, like classroom, homework. Go back and look at this, look at those videos, because it's gonna help you. It's all helpful information, you know what I'm saying? Or you could just jump out here naked and get into survival mode, which you don't want to do in a different country, especially when you don't speak the language.
yeah, and ask questions, leave comments, Facebook groups, all that kind of stuff. And if you leave comments in the comment section, that gives us more content to help other people that can have those same questions. But I want to ask you, what would you say is the difference you notice between crime in Sao Paulo and crime in Salvador?
Sao
Which
Paulo?
one feels safer to you?
Sao Paulo?
Yeah.
Well, I only stayed in Sao Paulo for a month, so honestly, I didn't really feel any crime. But the only reason I didn't like Sao Paulo is because it's so many people, bro. It's literally like New York. It's packed. So living here almost 2 years, of course, I've seen more crime happen, seen more things happen because I've been here. I was only there for 3 or 4 weeks, so I didn't see too much happening, but I saw a lot of police around. Then I stayed on Avenida Paulista, which is, if anybody been to Sao Paulo, that's like the strip it's like the main strip where all the bars and restaurants and all that is. But I didn't see too much going on there, but then I didn't have that much time. But I would say, just based off of the two, I've seen more crime here just because I've lived here longer. But the crime in Salvador, unless you involved in certain shit, you're not gonna see, right? You have to be in that type of world to see it. But for just a normal gringo, your only fear should be getting pickpocketed, right? So if you're walking around with your shit out, somebody gonna try to come get it. Whether you're in the tourist area or whether you're outside the tourist area, you know, ain't no safe place, truly. You know, I've seen people get shot in the tourist area at the same beaches we post about, sitting like not even 3 chairs away from me. So it's some shit you just can't predict. You know, it's just gonna happen. But again, certain things, when people come to the beach on the weekends, it's probably gonna be the most dangerous because you got different people from different neighborhoods. You owe me money, you owe me blah, 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 like drug stuff or whatever it is, you know, different hoods. Everybody coming to the beach. So one person say something, pop off, or they see somebody that they've been trying to look for and this shit happens.
So have you ever had a problem with the police anywhere in Brazil?
No, I've never had any problem with the police, but I have had problems with the police in the States. But I've never had problems, you know, just simple like harassment shit in the States. Like, but here, people, they don't mind, they just mind their own business. You know, they can look and say, okay, here, gringo. They work here, bro. They see us pass every day. You feel me? Like, they don't say shit. They, you know, sometimes they wave, whatever, you know. But I've never had any problems with the police here at all, actually.
So do you feel that being a gringo gives you any points at all when
It gives you leverage to the certain degree of being different.
Off of assumption.
Yeah, it's like, oh, it's something different. We all know that, bro. Like, so all the people who are gonna say, oh, they just want you because you're American. They don't want us because we're American. It's just like when you in high school, right, and a new girl comes into school, everybody trying to talk to her. Why? Because it's something new, right? It's like, oh damn, and she from Germany. She an exchange student.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we own that. So
Yeah.
it's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? It's something new. Just like if a Brazilian goes to the States. Oh shit, he dark skinned, he Brazilian, and he got an accent, he's different. It's the same shit. So you get points off of just being that alone wherever you go, right? But they still gonna expect you to do the shit that you need to do and be a man, right? They still gonna treat you the same as they treat Brazilians. Wherever you go, they still gonna treat you like they treat their own men. They just want to see if you're gonna be any different from those men, because a lot of the men here don't respect the women. So when they talk to you, if you show them, like I've said this in videos before, if you show them that you are affectionate and you're respectful, and obviously they know you got money, so when you go out, they know you're gonna fit the bill. You know what I'm saying? So that's not an issue for them. That's not what they're looking for. You're gonna have a very small pocket of women here who are like, they only want to go out with you and take over advantage because you're a gringo. I've met them. It's shit. I've had them. I posted videos about them. But that's out of 10 people you meet, you probably meet 1 or 2 of those. So we'll say 80 to 90% of the time, you're gonna meet chicks who just solely just want to be with you just because, damn, you're a cool ass dude. Your energy, you treat me good, and then shit, I ain't got to worry about paying the bill because most Brazilians pay and they plan the date. Women. I'm talking about the Brazilian women here.
So let me elaborate on this a little more. What do Brazilian women expect from American men, and what are they exchanging in return to make that, beneficial?
So they expect American man. It's the same expectation they have for Brazilian man, to be faithful, to be loyal, to be affectionate, to treat them good, and reciprocate the energy that they give you. You know what I'm saying? Every woman wants a man to take care of them in some type of way, right? And the even exchange is she gonna be feminine, she gonna be friendly, she gonna be cooperative, she gonna be on your program, right? Even if she don't want to quit her job, because I know a lot of dudes be like, I don't need her to work. If my chick want to work. I'm not gonna be one of them dudes that's just like, I need you to quit. But I'm saying, let's say you do want to quit your job one day, we still gonna be good. We're not gonna struggle, you feel me? But if you still want to chase your dreams and do whatever you want, whatever dreams those are, whatever goals you got, if you want to chase them, go ahead. You know what I'm saying? But let's say one day you get sick and you can't work, we good. But they expect men to be men all around the board, in every category that falls under. But they want a man that's gonna be able to provide for them just like anywhere else in the world.
So they're more realistic here.
Way more realistic. They don't have ridiculous ass expectations, or he not tall enough, or he don't drive this car, or he don't even have a car. Because women in the States, they'll X your ass out if you don't even have a car. You could have a car and your shit be broke down. You call an Uber to the first day. Oh, where you just got an Uber? Oh, this ain't gonna work out.
They look for any reason to spoil
Any
for
reason, you know what I'm saying? Or you don't got rims on your shit, or you ain't got the new this, the new that. It's like in the States, everybody trying to keep up with the Joneses, and if you fall short by 2 feet, you ain't even worth dating. You feel me? Like it's crazy when you think about it like that.
It's crazy because
if you don't have the latest shit, you out of there already.
Yeah, you can get away with being. Now, let me say this. That does not mean you can come down here because a lot of our words are getting
Please
twisted.
clarify that shit.
That does not mean when I'm saying you can get down here with look, I wear the same shit, right? I got like 10 or 15 shirts, and everybody done seen them in Salvador. I done recycled all those shirts many times, but they all look good. They all look decent. Y'all coming that look. This does not mean you come down here looking like you don't know how to dress at all. Okay, these women are fly down here. Okay, there's some women down here that aren't as beautiful as some of the ones we show you, but their outfits make them look beautiful.
And I'll say this: you don't need name brand shit. You don't need you're not gonna see that. And if you do see it, it's not real. Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
But the women here, they probably got on some $3 jeans, $5 jeans, equivalent to US dollars. They probably $3 or $5, like a little crop top that's probably like $5, $6. And some damn flip-flops that's probably like $6, $7. But bro, they put it together so beautifully. It's like, damn, and they got the body to fit it perfectly, right?
It's hugging all the right places.
And that whole total outfit probably equivalent to no more than 30 US, right? And it's way less than $100 for their outfit. And they don't walk around with this Louis shit on, the bags, the purse, all that shit. They don't need it, right? So, and I feel like women in the States overcompensate with all this designer shit, but be sleeping on the damn floor and have an empty refrigerator and be at the club all weekend. They look like they worth something, but you know, they got all this shit on.
And then they got an attitude.
And then they didn't even pay for it.
Yeah, they got an attitude and ain't got nothing to their name. So that's not gonna work. But out here, a lot of these chicks ain't got nothing to their name and it's sweet.
And that's the difference, bro. Like, oh, y'all just want poor girls. Like, we know they don't have the best financial situations, but you live in America, bro. That's why we're trying to understand. You live in the U.S. and broke. You live in one of the best financial countries in the world and financially unstable.
People dying to get to America.
You feel me? Like, how do you live where it's great currency and still be broke? But y'all call men who travel overseas lame for dating poor women. You know what I'm saying? We know they financial situations ain't poor. I know lawyers here that don't make the same equivalent. And bro, this girl, the lawyer chick, she would literally go to the States and everybody be like, damn, bro, she is fine, bro. So, but she don't make that much money and she's a lawyer. You feel me? And it's just what it is. You feel me? And I feel like they need to stop saying that shit because their situation, they not gonna stop, but let's keep it 100. But their situation is the same as y'all's. But the women here know they don't have shit and they humble. That's the big difference. They know they don't have the best financial situation, but they'll still treat you and give you like they got it all.
So I'm gonna talk one more thing about when we're gonna go to currency. How is it, so the women are humble, how is it getting rejected? Like, what is it like, compare the difference with getting rejected here versus getting rejected in Texas?
So I got a experiment for y'all to do. Go to your local mall, go to your Walmart, go to your nightclub, walk the streets in your neighborhood, your block. Tell me how many chicks you see that are 8 to 9. I'm not even gonna say 8, 7, 8 to 9s and 10s. On average. When you go to the mall in Dallas, you might see 1 or 2 in the mall, maybe 3. Bro, we see them every day. Like bro, we can walk down the street right now and probably see like 3 or 4 within a couple steps, and y'all seeing 3 or 4 in a whole day. You feel me? That's the difference. Like, getting rejected. We can literally go to the beach right now, and I can probably spot out 50 baddies, like easily. Not even trying. You feel me? And you are around them so much. Me and Austin were just talking about that shit yesterday. I'm gonna get back to your questions. Like, I could not imagine being a guy just growing up here and just seeing this every day, and they look at it like it's normal. But to answer your question, it's not a problem getting rejected. All right, cool, thank you. Have a nice day. Boa tarde, bom dia. You know
what did they say to you though? What did they say to you to reject you?
No, I'm not interested.
Yeah, nothing rude about it.
But you seem cool. You're beautiful. I'm just not interested. But that's the thing. Like, there's sometimes I won't even worry. Oh, she's cute. You know what I'm saying? But I know here we're gonna see her again. You know, every time I'm like, bro, that's Shorty from the other day. Damn, next day, hey, remember Shorty from yesterday? third. Damn, bro, we ain't saw this girl 4 days in a row. You feel me? So it's like, I don't even be tripping about pressing chicks like that no more. Like when I first got here, bro, I was going crazy. But like now it's just like, we'll see her again, bro. Don't even trip. We go to the club that night. There she go right there. And then run up on her. You know, so it's like, me is a little different because I've been here a while. But the rejection is just like, no. Or sometimes you'll talk to them and they won't even say shit back. You know, you'll say hello and they won't even say shit. All right, cool.
Which is clear.
Right, and I don't even talk to those women unless I'm just really just, all right, bro, she fine. I gotta say something, you know. But for the most part, if they're not looking at me, if they're not giving me certain little signs that they're interested, I don't even waste my time because that shit never fails.
So dudes shouldn't cold approach.
I'm not gonna say they don't, but the chances of you landing quantity of women, if that's what you after, gotta be clear. You know what I'm saying? We don't want no sexual supremacists. But if you want to meet chicks, like, I personally wouldn't cold approach. You know, and I've seen guys come down here and you don't speak the language and they just type some shit up on their phone and hand it to them, and at first they're gonna be like, what is this? You know what I'm saying? And you just typing right there, and it's awkward because you're not saying nothing to them. You just typing on your phone and hand it to them. That's awkward, bro. That'd be awkward for anybody. That would be awkward if a chick did that to me. You know,
you'll get tired of that after a while.
You gotta learn the language, bro. So I personally don't cold approach unless I gotta say something. But 99% of the time, I'm just chilling. She look at me a few times. Okay, bet, I know.
So let's talk about financially what it's like being down here. What would you say?
Oh, you did say something about being rejected in the States versus being rejected here.
Yeah, what would you compare that to first?
So in the States, if you go to a club, right, and you sit next to a chick and you say, hey, I want to get you a drink, she most likely, like, or you say, hello, how are you, what's your name? She gonna ignore the hell out of you.
That's not gonna work.
That's not enough. That's not enough. So I honestly done forgot, as much as I done been around the women here, I done forgot the rejection shit in the States. You might know a lot more than me.
I'll tell you one thing.
More new.
They'll clown you in the States, you know. You got to come up with
I remember this. They get a rise out of rejecting.
Yeah.
Right? So they was like, when they be with their group of girls, and me personally, I usually like to approach the chick, they was in a group. And I like a chick in that group, I go up in front of everybody and be like, hey, how are you, blah, blah, boom, boom, boom. But some chicks get a rise out of rejecting dudes, like, I'm gonna get his number just to like blow up and do all this shit or just curve this nigga. Like, that's what they do. So they get a rise out of that. They don't have that mindset here.
Yeah, no, they don't waste very much time here.
No, it's pretty much cut and dry here.
Let me ask you one more thing. So in the States, there's a lot of dudes that say don't deal with women over 30. And this whole red pill, past the wall shit, I don't really agree with that part of the red pill. But would you say that applies down here with just because she's older than 27, she's leftovers and she's no good?
No.
Because that's what the dudes in the United States say. Like, if they're basically, they want to date a fucking child, and if she's not a child, then she ain't shit. If she's under 27 or 28 or under 35, then she's no good. She serves you no purpose. I
know a lot of people gonna probably argue this shit to the grave, but you will meet women here who are over 25, 26, 27 and have low body counts, little to none, bro. You will meet women here that are 30. They only been in a relationship one time. Right? They only had sex with this one guy for years, right? Chick I was talking to was in a relationship from 15 to 21 with one guy, bro, right? Then got out of the relationship, met another guy, only had sex with two guys, met me, the third guy. You feel me? So it's like you will meet chicks like that more times than not. So yeah, you will meet a lot of people, I'm gonna say a lot, but there is women here. So I don't believe in that whole 25 and up is they leftovers and all this shit. No, but of course Brazil is a very sexual culture too, so you got to put that into play. But there is women here who have low body counts after a certain age.
Yeah, I'll agree to that because I had a chick. She was 29, and when I went to go see her, we had sex and all that, and she didn't know nothing. She didn't know, and she was.
You can tell unexperienced women in Brazil.
Yeah,
you can tell very, very quickly.
Still very shy. We all know women with high body counts most of the time ain't shy.
Yeah.
So, I think in Brazil that just because they're under 35 or 27 doesn't mean that they're no good. There's still some, like you said, low body count women over 35 that are still sweet. They don't have their head up their ass, none of that. So you got a better chance of that. Because I know there's some dudes that's in their 50s that are hearing these red pill talking points that you're 50 years old and you got to date an 18-year-old because she got this many bodies and you can motor. Well, let me tell you this. An 18-year-old most of the time has not found themselves.
Right.
When she turns 22 and 25, she's not even gonna
totally
fuck with you no
different.
more. She's
Right.
gonna be a different person. I wasn't way different, but I was not the same 5 years ago.
Right.
So you getting an 18-year-old chick, that's not even, I mean, unless she just some sort of sex doll, I mean, she don't even have no substance for you to talk about. So I think,
right. We're not even on the same mental level.
yeah, we can't, she don't know how to talk about a lot. So a 50-year-old man, if he's looking for somebody that's 35, and let's say he already has kids, he doesn't want any more kids, Brazil would be a good place because you can still find women of substance because we got some grandmas in the United States that is competing with the 21-year-olds that it looks ridiculous.
Right.
But Brazil is for a 50, 60-year-old man, Brazil is where you can come to. I actually did a consultation with a guy and he's older and he's coming down here on that serious note talking about he has wasted a lot of time in the States. So yeah.
And don't let the age fool you, bro. These chicks be 40 and look in their 30s, late 20s. You know what I'm saying? They might have age, but they bodies be on point and they take care of themselves, all that, you know? So, yeah.
So, as far as the currency goes, what would you say is, we all know it's better being in Brazil, being an American, because $1 is 5.5, I think, right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, can you give us a few examples on how cheap it is being in Brazil? Let's start with the club, right? The difference it is buying a section here versus in Texas.
Right. So most places, depending on the place, you might have to pay $5-6 to get in, which is cool. And then when we go out, we typically get a bottle of vodka, and that's probably what, $30-40.
$30-40.
By the table, probably like $10. So really and truly. And then you get some Red Bulls because they mix everything with Red Bull. You can mix whatever you want, but it comes with like a combo. So really and truly, in all, we probably spend like $60, right, for our section. $60 for our section.
You can't get a bottle or a table. You can't even get a table for that in Texas. They'll give you a table.
I'm gonna say that again. $60 for our section. We both from Dallas. We know you go to Stir, you go to anywhere, you go to any club in Dallas. You're not getting a bottle for $60. You're not getting a bottle for $40. You're gonna spend $300 for a bottle of Hennessy.
Yeah.
A bottle of Crown. You're gonna pay $300-400 just for that bottle, not even the section, right? Level, all that shit. You gonna pay, bro. You paying for that, you know what I'm saying? And then you splitting that shit between 15 people in the section.
And what y'all splitting is what it costs for one whole experience.
Exactly.
You get a wobbly table in Texas with no alcohol, nothing for $500. I did it. $500, no alcohol. Bottles of Grey Goose. I seen it in one spot. It was like $1,100.
Ridiculous. Like I said, it's gonna go up or down, but it ain't going no less than 300 minimum. It ain't going no less than 300, even at the hole in the wall spots. So it's gonna go up from 300 for the most part. But here we can have a good night for $60.
And the quality of the food, what would you say about that?
The food is great. I mean, it's pretty traditional, simple cuisines like rice, beans. Might have some beef or some chicken. They have vegan here. Obviously, it's the beach, so they have a lot of surf, a lot of seafoods, fish, but everything is pretty good. It takes a long time. I would say that's one of the negatives. I'll say the food takes so freaking long to come to the table, bruh. But the thing is, because they making it, you know how we always make jokes like, damn, what they have to do, kill a chicken back there? Damn near. That's what they doing. It's fresh food back there, fresh fish. They literally catch it, cook it, and bring it to your table. Mm-hmm. So everything is pretty fresh. You know what I'm saying? They go to the local markets right there, grab some vegetables, grab this, grab that, boom. Everything's pretty fresh because the shelf life on the food here don't have a lot of time. So you got to prepare this shit pretty quick. You can't just hoard food in your house like you can in the States. There's not a lot of preservatives and GMOs and all type of stuff like that in the food.
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, so, which is another reason why people come here and they feel different after eating the food. They breathing in clean air. You know what I'm saying? Look in the sky, bro. You don't see chemical trails and shit.
I haven't.
You never thought about it either. You're like,
time.
damn, I looked up. You don't really see many planes. You don't see many chemical trails. bullshit pumping the air. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty good here when you can eat good. And there's a helicopter come across the damn thing right now, which is a police helicopter. But anyways, yeah. So the food is pretty good, man, and having good food boosts your quality of life. That's why the people here, they might not have the best of everything, but bro, I've never met so many people who are so financially in shambles be the most happiest, bro. You know what I'm saying? And everybody looks good because they eat good. Energy is on 10, right?
I'll say too about that. I didn't even think about the preservatives. I noticed whenever I was buying food, if I didn't freeze it, it lasted 1 or 2 days in the refrigerator. And I was like, damn, why is the food going bad? Like the entire thing would stink. And I'm like, yeah, okay, now that you said that, I didn't even think of that. That goes to show you they are putting a lot of preservatives and GMOs and stuff in our food in the States.
Yeah.
So I think that's about it. What would you say, and this is the last thing, we'll wrap it up.
Oh, currency wise, like going out, so that we just talked about the club. So if you're going out, let's say you go out 3 days a week, you go out to 3 clubs, you spend $60 a piece. Well, that's $180, right? For the week. That's one night. That's one night in the States. Not even. That $180 ain't gonna get you shit.
Nah.
That ain't gonna get you shit.
Gas take half of that.
Yeah, that ain't gonna get you shit. So I'll say for my electricity, I got my bill yesterday or the other day, it was like 120 reais.
It's like $24.
For the whole entire month. And then I think I made a short out of this. 3 months and my electricity was like $40. For 3 months. I got three bills because they didn't fucking hand it to me at the front desk. But I was like, damn, 3 bills behind and I was $40, $50 or some shit like that for 3 months. So yeah, it's way cheaper here. And I have a 2-bedroom. So it's pretty cheap here, bro. Currency goes a long way. Going to the beach, you have a caipirinha, depending where you are, you're gonna spend 15 reais, typically.
$2 and some change.
Yeah, maybe 20. And we probably like, damn, bro, you just charged me 25 reais, even though we know that equivalent to shit in dollars, but we know what it should be. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like we penny pinching, but we know when we getting ran around on too. But most of the time, you're gonna spend at the lowest 15 reais or 20 reais for a caipirinha. So that's around, like I said, $2.50 for some drinks on the beach. And 2 of them, you're gonna be lit. 2 or 3 of them, you're gonna be lit. So you really gonna be lit. And that shit gonna pretty much carry for the whole, half the day. So if you go to the beach at 10, 11, you lit by 1, shit, you lit until you go out that night.
Yeah, exactly. So if you taking a chick on a date, if y'all wanna go on a beach date, you talking $4, $5 tops just for the drinks.
Yeah.
Meaning you can, and I'm not promoting like this, but you can smash for $5 or $6 out here. And I'm not talking about directly paying. I'm just talking about if you comparing it to the States where you get. I remember going to Stir.
But let's make this clear, bro. Any dude in the States, and I know who gonna try to record this, screenshot this shit. If you take a chick out on a date and y'all gonna have drinks, you feeling her vibe. She's beautiful. 9 times out of 10, bro, you want it like, damn, bro, let's, you know what I'm saying? You probably don't say it because you know the outcome gonna be no. In the States, right? It's like, damn, I want to take this girl home. Let's see if you want to go home and watch a movie? We know what that means, right? In the States, but
you ain't gotta do that here.
You ain't got, bro. Like
they know they gotta be. They
like,
gotta
hey, like,
take them home.
You ready to go? You gonna leave? You ready to go to the house? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like, are you tired of? You ready to go? Oh, let's have one more, and then we can go home. They be saying that. Let's go back to your house.
Yeah, even the wife material go home on the first night. I'm gonna let you know the truth. Y'all, I know in the States we think that if they fuck first night, they not wife material. Nah, it's some chicks that's.
Yeah, that don't mean shit here,
You can
bro.
hold on to them here if they fuck first night. I think anywhere, but for sure here.
I don't get into that whole if they hit on the first night.
Yeah, no. If they like me, I think if they fuck first night, it's because they like me.
Yeah.
It's because I'm that dude to them.
Yeah, and really and truly, when a chick say no, it's kind of like, damn.
Yeah, she not feeling. She not
right.
Feeling
It's it's weird when they say no. You know what I'm saying? It's different. But yeah, like I said, but it's not going to do things for the simple fact of getting sex in return. But we're men, bro. Like, and the thing I like about the women in Brazil is that it's transparent, right? That it's an equal exchange. Like, we going out, we having a good time. If the energy is good, the vibe is right, she on that same type of time, right? She kissed me, how I'm gonna know she interested, she kissing me. She holding my hand, she rubbing my leg while we sitting down at the table. Little shit, she rubbing my back. I know she interested, right? So if I say, hey, after this, you wanna go home? I don't say it knowing that it's like with a shaky voice. Like you would do it, like you skeptical in the
Yeah,
States.
you gotta think about it.
You gotta think about it 2 times. Like, damn, if I ask her to go home on the first date, she might block my shit.
Yeah.
But here is not the case. You know what I'm saying?
So we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up because we had about 45 minutes.
It's a hell of an interview.
Yeah, we gave y'all the whole breakdown of Brazil right here. This could be the only video y'all can watch. Not really. But what would you first tell everybody where they can subscribe to you, follow you at?
So YouTube is Vibing with Fred. Instagram Vibing with Fred. I have a Telegram group as well, foreign only. And one thing I will say, I'll add this in there. If you want to start conditioning your mind to adapt to foreign women, go to all your social media and unfollow all American women.
That's what I
all
did.
women, bro. Like, you can't say you want this certain lifestyle and still look at bullshit on social media. I'm just keeping it 100. I don't have any. I think the only American women that I have on my shit might be like 2 of my best friends or some shit like that. But that's different. But normally they all Brazilian or all from different countries, mainly Brazil. That's the only people I have. So I'm seeing it every day, right? So my algorithms on social media is all Brazilians. You know.
Yeah.
So when you start surrounding yourself like that, you start seeing like, damn, it's possible. So I had that. So my Instagram, Vibing with Fred, YouTube, Vibing with Fred. If you want to join my Telegram group, it's on. Go to my recent video, click the link in the description. All my links there, Cash Apps, all that. Vibing with Fred.
Yeah, make sure y'all go follow him. Y'all see him in way more videos because we both live here now. You know, actually, I forgot one more thing. We'll make this quick because let's talk about people that don't want to leave, like you and I. Citizenship, visas. I know I don't know why I haven't done this. I signed a lease here. I can go get a visa for the term of my lease for 1 year.
Mm-hmm. Damn, I didn't know that.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, have you done anything like that?
I didn't know that. So what you can do is enroll into a Portuguese class. I met Europeans that do it, and then once they get into the class, you have a citizenship or a visa extended for a student visa, like you're studying in Brazil. So that would be the easiest way to do it. For the people that, or you could do the digital nomad visa. I think you have to show that you have $7,000 in your banking account, and there's a few other documents you got to show, but you could do that for a year as well. And then once you get here, once you enroll in your class, and once you get the digital nomad visa, or you can marry someone, or you can have a kid here, of course, or you can invest $100,000 into the country, which I know most people ain't trying to just do off top, right?
Yeah.
Buy properties and shit. But those are the options that you can do. But once you get here, then you can start meeting people and understanding other ways, right, to get into the country and stay. So these are all things that's also on the U.S. Embassy website for the people that don't like to search.
Well, I appreciate everybody coming through and watching. Shout out to Vibing with Fred again. I appreciate you being here today. We're about to go get some more content today. We're gonna bring these videos a lot more often because I know collaborations work. His channel's starting to grow. Mine has stopped growing.
Nah, that shit about to pick back up,
but
bro.
his is growing now. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep giving him shout outs until he hits 20K and more. And as long as we working together, his channel's gonna keep growing. So that's it.
We'll see y'all in the next one, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you for watching till the end of the video. Please do me a huge favor and go to my Facebook page. The link is in the description to all the socials I'm about to name. My Facebook page is The Austin Holloman. My Instagram is Austin Holloman. Be sure to follow me on Twitter if you want a good laugh every day at A Groomsman. And I'm also on TikTok as Austin Holloman. I'd appreciate if you follow me on all those accounts that help me keep my content going, keep the message flowing. That way more men can get out of the matrix and come overseas because it's really that bad out here.